Hi, I'm Max, and in this video I will talk about 5 habits that have changed my life in the past few years. Habit number 1 would be very obvious if you follow me closely, have been watching my content. It's reading, and not just reading, but reading before bed. So when I was a kid, I used to read a lot of books, and then I had a 5-year hiatus when I thought that reading wasn't cool. And then around the age of 18, 19, I started reading books again. I started picking it up, especially non-fiction books. And it was actually hard for me in the beginning to get into reading consistently. And the trick that I used is just, I would read every day before bed. And it doesn't matter if I read 1 page, 2 pages, 5 pages, as long as I read before bed, I feel good about myself. And then slowly I started building a habit out of it. And I started reading 10 pages, a chapter. And there were a few times when I read a whole book before bed, and even sometimes didn't sleep until 4 a.m. if the book was really interesting. So I don't recommend that, but reading has been complete life changer for me. I became much smarter, I became much sharper, I became much more interesting as a person, I think, and I've learned so much by reading, so highly recommend. And if it's hard for you to get into reading and stick to it, then try doing what I do, which is just reading before bed. Doesn't matter if it's 2 pages or 10, feel good if you stick to the habit. Habit number 2 is something that I usually get consistent with for some time, and then I get super tired of it, take a break and come back to it. And the habit is to have a large fat and protein packed breakfast. And it's actually one of the things that is suggested to people with either depression or anxiety. Sometimes one of the quick fixes, before counseling and so on and so forth, is just to have really fatty breakfast. And it kind of does a few things. It kind of recharges your body, it fuels you. So to me, I usually have eggs, I can have a large omelette or something like that. But just sometimes I find myself skipping breakfast, and when I skip breakfast, then I feel groggy, then I feel bad, and then I feel negative, and then I start being annoying for everyone around me and my team. So I just feel that when I stick to the habit of having a large breakfast, and again, to stress here, it has to be fats and protein, not carbs. So it's like eggs, bacon, something like that, rather than cereal, porridge. For me, the former kind of works much better and makes me feel much better about myself, and there's a bunch of studies that back it up. Habit number 3 is something that I've struggled with for a while. So naturally, it's hard for me to kind of structure my thoughts, and I've tried journaling for a long time. I've tried to-do lists and all kinds of kind of productivity tasks, exercises, tools to kind of structure my day and my life. And nothing has worked as well as setting 3 months goals. So to me, 1 year goals, it's too long of a timeline. A lot of things can happen. In a year, you can change as a person. A lot of things can change. We've seen this with 2020, what a year it was. And then, 1 month goals, I feel like there's just not enough time to accomplish that. And I really like a quote by Bill Gates, who says that people overestimate what they can do in a day, underestimate what they can do in a year. So I kind of stick to it. And I think that 3 months is a really good benchmark and a really good timeline for almost any goal. As long as you break it down into smaller things. Of course, if you have a huge career goal of like getting a promotion or having your business turnover 7 figures or 8 figures a year, of course 3 months can be a little bit short. But then if you think about something that is measurable and something that you can track, you can just break down a big goal into a quarterly, so 3 monthly increments. And then I think that to me has worked best in terms of goal setting. And then every 3 months I would review my goals and see where I've gone wrong, where I've gone right, and what I should change. So again, if you struggle with habitually setting goals for yourself, maybe what you get wrong is not that you're lazy or broken, it's just the timeline. So do try the 3 months. Habit number 4 is perhaps a little bit less glamorous, and it's something that my girlfriend is annoyed with a lot, but it's actually very effective. And the habit is to watch YouTube videos, educational YouTube videos, while I'm in the toilet for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes for like a proper session. So to me, I think during the day, I can get sucked into YouTube really easily, or TikTok or any other social media app. Mostly what I watch are useful things. So it's not like I'm just scrolling mindlessly. I am getting ideas. I am watching people I admire. At the same time, that prevents me from actually doing the work that I should be doing every day. So I find that if I just structure my educational video sessions to my toilet sessions and then they happen concurrently, then to me, I wake up in the morning before I brush my teeth, I'm already kind of full of ideas and things to do during the day because I got inspired by YouTube videos. And I'm not taking these like 5 breaks during the day that go from 2 minutes to 20 minutes watching random videos the whole day. So it doesn't work for everyone. Be careful about your legs sleeping and going numb and so on, like when you stand up and all of those things. But yeah, that's something that works for me, so I share it with you. Habit number 5 is actually more of an exercise that I got from Tim Ferriss, the author of the 4-Hour Workweek, a bunch of good things, really interesting podcast and a great guy. And it's called the fear setting exercise. So I talked a little bit about goal setting, and I think the goal setting is super important. But to me, I am already by nature quite productive and I do a lot of things and I set goals, so that hasn't really been the issue. To me, the issue has been the self-criticism and the anxiety, racing thoughts and worrying surrounding myself achieving those things or things that are happening in my life. So fear setting exercise is basically the same as goal setting, but instead of goals, you set fears. So if there is something you're really scared about, for example, for me, sometimes it's taking a break, right? Taking a break from social media, taking a break from like running my company and like trying to get my team to do it instead of kind of hand-holding everything and company being in manual mode. So for example, if there is something you're scared about, let's say, taking a break from social media, taking a break from studying, something like this, then instead of setting goals, you can set a fear. So what are you scared of? I am scared that if I stop doing social media for a week or doing social media for 2 weeks or studying for a week, I will not be able to come back to it. People will forget about me, I will be slow, I will be dumb, I will fail my exams. So you basically set a worst case scenario for yourself, and even then you kind of understand that, okay, it's not that bad, it's something you can recover from. And then the kind of the third column that you have, right, the fear, the worst case scenario, and then you have the blockers or any ways in which you can prevent that bad thing from happening. So that's it. I hope this video has been helpful. I just want to emphasize that different habits suit different people. Like for some people, cold showers really work. For some people, hot showers work. For some people, fasting, skipping breakfast works. I'm just sharing kind of what works for me. And I think, I will change those habits as I move forward. I don't think probably just reading is something that I don't see myself stopping ever, really. But I think as you evolve, your habits change, and I don't think you should get too caught up in the habits or just trying to control for productivity or maximize productivity. Just, like relax a little bit. But do implement some of these and try them out, and I would be super happy if they work for you. So as always, thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe, the bell, all of the YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!